So I got a little bit of a mail check here, and we have today the TideWe, or TideWe, I'm gonna call it TideWe, it sounds better. TideWe hunting blind. Also got some other gear that we're gonna check out from them here soon in our next video. Whenever companies wanna send me stuff to try out, I like to do these kind of videos because it's an easy way for me to get a gear review to you without having to spend a bunch of money. This right here is a see-through hunting blind. So this is, I supposedly got several really good features that'll make it easier for you to, stay quiet. I personally am going to use this for whitetail hunting. My dad's property that up in Central Texas, we got tons of deer out there, and I just wanted to make sure that I can, have a good quality hunting blind, because one thing I'm terrible about is leaving these things outside and them getting ruined for the next season. So this one I'm hoping will stand up to that better. A lot of these pop-up blinds, like I say, they're made out of a very kind of like plasticky vinyl material, and they don't do great against holding up against like lots of intense sunlight and things like that. I had one last year that I really liked, and hopefully this one can live up to that same quality standard. So we're gonna check out this blind and start here right now. We'll just open in the box. Real quick, I just wanna say thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, because if you can help me out in any way, that really does help out a lot. Just to like this video, doesn't cost you anything. So appreciate it. Also check out the sponsors down in the description below. We've got, you can get discounts on Crafted Archery and Easy Veins, and you can get some great deals on First Form supplements. So check those out in the description below. So without further ado, let's do further. So first thing, I'm gonna pop this open. I have not even opened this yet. I literally just cut the tape open on the box here. Let's pull it out. We'll discard this. There's nothing else in the box. Everything is in this bag right here. I like that the bag has straps on it. Okay, so I can do this. Makes it a lot easier to carry this thing out into the field. Straps are not digging into me. This thing is not super heavy. I'll try to put a weight up here so you can see how much it weighs, but it is not heavy at all, especially considered, compared to like my elk pack and things like that. Very lightweight. So we open the bag, and first thing we're greeted with is the blind itself here. So this one particularly has a sort of, I guess I'd call this like a Realtree type camo kind of on it. I think it's their own proprietary thing, but I mean, basically it's like a Realtree camo here. So it's got a buckle that holds it together, which is actually really nice, because a lot of these blinds, trying to pack these things up and move them around, or if you lose the bag or damage the bag, having that buckle to hold it together keeps everything from flopping around whenever I'm trying to throw this in the back of the mule and take it to the spot that I'm going to hunt. So as with most of these blinds, I'm going to tell you, like I say, the material here is kind of like a vinyl kind of plastic or whatever. With most of these blinds, they're very simple to put up. You just have to kind of fold it in. So I'll show you what I'm doing from this angle if I can. So basically, as it opens up, you can see it's got these little pull tabs. Hopefully I can show you this well. Hopefully the audio is picking up okay. But I got this little pull tab here. I'm just gonna kind of force these bars back and pull on this, and then it'll pop into place here. It should have like 6 of these, one for each side, and the top, I guess 5. Math is not my strong suit. Okay, so again, I'm kind of just pulling these out, opening it up a little bit, trying to find the next one. I got this mic on close to my chest here, so you can kind of hear, how loud this thing is to set up. With most of these blinds, I wouldn't recommend setting it up like as you're going in to hunt, like say like if I'm doing a public land hunt and I'm packing this in with me, I would probably try to set it up beforehand, just because it's not necessarily quiet, but it's not super loud either. Okay, and we'll pop the roof up. Same thing. It gets easier and easier to pop these open as you go along. And then I got one more right here. There we go. So obviously this camo pattern is going to be good for fall. Right now it is the summer. Everything is nice and green because we've had a lot of rain around here. This will blend in pretty well with the area that I hunt, because we've got a mixture of green leaves and stuff like from cedar trees and whatnot. And we've also got brown because there's a lot of, it gets kind of closer into that part of Texas and central Texas to that desert environment. So in the fall and everything, it's going to blend in really well. So I would consider this the back of the blind here, because this is the spot where you're actually going to enter the blind at. We've got one window in the back here. It's also got these eye holes right here, so you can strap this thing down to a tree or any kind of brush or shrubbery, whatever you need to keep it from blowing away. Well, I was opening it up, we got this little baggie that fell out here, and I believe with most of these there's a pocket inside, so you can store this if you want to. But this is also going to stake it to the ground so to make sure that it doesn't blow away. Stakes are pretty standard. It's just a straight iron stake, feels like iron steel, something like that. And then of course in the little baggie it has the cord that we need to, again, go through these eye holes here. I think we've got one on each side, you got one on the top, so easy to strap down. But with this cord here, like I say, that'll help you to tie it to a tree or something so it doesn't blow away. We'll toss that inside. So you can see here's your opening door to get inside. There's a buckle here, which is nice, so the door's not going to flap. It doesn't have any zippers or anything. And then, like I say, buckles can be a little loud, so you know that's something to keep in mind. The door attaches right down here at the bottom, and then it just buckles across right here with the buckle strap. All right, so let's go ahead and step inside and we'll get a look on the inside of the blind and see what it looks like. So as you can see, I'm standing here, I'm like 5'10". So this thing comes up to about, the top of the blind comes up to about chest height for me. And so stepping through this, I do have to duck down a little ways. I'm pretty broad shouldered, but like I say, this is not hard to get in here. Oh, actually, I just found out right down here, this is actually magnetic right here. So that magnetizes closed to help keep that door closed a little bit. Let's go ahead and step inside. Okay, so with that, can you see me? There we go. So with that magnetic closure opened up, like I say, it's really easy to get inside. If that, I hadn't realized that that was a magnet, and so if I didn't realize that, then it would actually be like this. Trying to get in like this would be much more difficult. The buckle is not the only way to shut this though. The buckle is like to secure it closed, but it does have the ability to magnet the enclosure closed in several spots, which is great because that's going to be much quieter than a buckle, although you can close a buckle quietly, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, so we are inside the blind here, so now I'm gonna show you these magnetic closures. But first I'm going to show you the buckle. So the buckle snaps in right here. You can hear it's really, for a buckle, that's pretty quiet, but again, it is a buckle. So let's check this out. I'm gonna show you, you can shut a buckle quietly. That was just as quiet as anything I've ever seen. So all you do is you just put your fingers on the inside of the buckle, so whenever those tabs come and pop out, you're able to catch them and slowly release them instead of letting them snap. Okay, so we got the magnetic closure here. It's a little bit of a stretch to get there, but it's a nice strong magnet. So you see I'm having a little bit of difficulty on this last one. Not difficult, but it's just a little harder than the others because I got to stretch it to get that magnet. There we go. So now it's magnetically closed, and if I release the buckle here, that's actually kind of nice because I can let a little bit of air blow through if I really wanted to. There's no way to strap that back and out of the way, but that does allow for a little bit of airflow there. Let's go ahead and shut it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate here, and I'm going to show you the opposite view, which is kind of like the purpose of this blind, to give you a much better view from outside the blind. Okay, so this is the money shot right here, and this is basically what you're going to be seeing what you're going to be seeing when you're hunting. It is not a completely unobstructed view, but if anything is moving out there, you'll definitely be able to see it. So it's got 1, 2, 3 windows right here, open at different angles. These right here are important to me because these are great for a bow hunter. If you're a rifle hunter, you might want to use these right here, or this one right here. And then it's got windows on the side as well. So then it's got these windows on the side here. And the most important thing about all of these windows is their silent opening and closing. So you can see all I have to do to open this window here is just slide this little clip down on each side. Those are durable little slides. They will not break on me. I feel like they are going to be plenty durable and stuff, so I can slide this open and then get myself as much of a view or as little of a view as I need. Again, closing them down here, I just slide them past each other on here, and then I can close the window. There's a little bit of a gap here just because it's not super tight, but I think by really stretching these you could probably get it a little bit tighter, and also it's been rolled up inside the bag. First time opening it here, so there's a little bit of a gap. I'm going to be completely fair to this thing. So there's a little bit of a gap, but overall it's quiet, and that's really important to me. And here's another little small detail, is right here on these bars. These are the crossbars, these little plastic or carbon bars right here. They are basically what holds the structure together, but also they put a little piece of this camouflage material on. Well, I am sweating like crazy. It's like 100 degrees outside, but they put a little bit of this camouflage material on there, and that is going to really help with making sure that, you know, it looks more like a tree, and so you don't have these random black bars sticking out, so whatever game you're trying to hunt won't be able to see that as well. It is right in the field of view here. If you're a rifle hunter, that's not going to make a big difference to you, but for a bow hunter, that could easily, as I'm going left to right with a broadhead or something like that, I could nick it on that. But anyways, that's how that works right there. And there's one on the other side just behind the camera to the right too. But let's go back over to this main door, because this is the part I'm excited the most about. Okay, also right here, again, you've got these windows you can open. There is a little bungee cord with a hook on it here, and then I can slide these windows down and I can open it up. Gives me a great view of the outside here. And then again, there we go. Now it's closed. I don't have to use the buckle, but if I really wanted to, if I was going to walk away from the blind and leave it, I wanted to keep birds and squirrels and stuff out, that would help a lot to just latch it on there, just like that. Now these are the important windows to me as a bow hunter, because this is going to allow me to open up and take a shot from like while I'm sitting in here in a stool. Right now I'm just on one knee here, sweating profusely, but again, I've got the little bungee cord with the latch here, and then I can just slide these windows open like so. And again, they're so quiet. With this little bungee cord too, I can hold this window open if I just tuck it. If I just tuck it right here behind that bar, then again, it's going to allow me to get a nice open shot here. I can shoot all the way up to above, if I were sitting in a stool above where my head level is a little bit, or above horizontal. So this is going to be about horizontal if I was sitting in a stool right now. So great for bow hunters, great for rifle hunters. You got lots of options there. Talk about quality of materials. So quality of materials here, the outside of it's got a little bit of a nylon or kind of a vinyl feel to it, and what that's going to do for you is it's just going to make sure that it sheds water or snow, depending on what part of the year you're hunting, but it's going to be able to repel that a little bit. Now this right here, I haven't experienced this one per se like this, but on another blind I had that was similar to this, this material is actually not bad for shedding water. It keeps water out, even though it's filled with little tiny holes so that you can see through it. But this material right here, like say if there's a rain, like let's say it's coming in this way at an angle, you might get a little bit of water inside, but it's not going, and it's mostly going to be from splashing though. It's not going to be from like, it's just going to pour down inside the side. It doesn't do that because these little holes are slightly smaller than your average raindrop. And so again, it's going to still keep you dry if you're in here, especially because the roof is again just made out of that black vinyl, kind of like the back door is here. Let's talk about the size of it. So the size of it is pretty good. Definitely a one-person hunting blind for a bow hunter. I would say even for a rifle hunter too, this is definitely a one-person pop-up blind, because if it were any smaller than this, like I don't think I'd be able to get a long barrel rifle up in here. And with a bow, I'm gonna be sitting at the back of the blind whenever I'm at full draw to shoot. You could possibly fit like a cameraman on the ground or something like that. God, I'm sorry, I'm sweating so bad. It is so hot out here. You could probably fit a camera guy on the ground behind you or to the side of you or something like that, but mostly this is going to be a one-person hunting blind. So really good build quality. Let's go take outside again and let me catch a little bit of a breeze. It is hot in here. Oh, one more window I got to take a look at. Oh, I almost forgot this last back window here. Again, same thing. It's got a latch closure. This one is all latch enclosures, and oh my gosh, that feels so much better. I got a breeze blowing in now. So the one thing you got to worry about in a ground blind like this is you got to worry about being spotted from behind, or if you've got that front window down, you know that if you've got something behind you other than trees, you got to make sure your camo matches whatever your backdrop is. So if this window is going to be closed the whole time, make sure you're wearing black. If this window is open the whole time, make sure it matches the background of whatever is in there, because this, you can see how much more light's coming in now. That's also going to affect silhouetting. So if I'm standing in front of this, I'm going to be seeing a lot more, and motion is going to be a lot more detectable than if I'm just back here like that, or if I've got this thing closed. Let's go ahead and latch it back up. All right, so let's go ahead and step back outside, and I'll show you, again, the view from outside looking in to see if, you can see in it all from the deer's perspective or animal's perspective. And last thing I want to note, there's no internal pockets in this one. There's nowhere to stash these. But again, if you've got this thing popped up, you're probably just going to be having these stakes in the ground. All right, here is the exterior of the front of the blind here. Again, I can't see anything moving in there, but here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the back door and see if you can see me entering through it, and open the window and see if you can see through it. So I'm going to hop around to the other side here. All right, so here it is with the back door closed. Here it is with the back door open. Are you able to see me through? Magnet, we're magnetizing this thing closed. Okay. Now I'm going to open the back window here. All right, can you see me now? I'm looking straight at the camera through the blind right now. So if you would be able to see me, if you were ever going to be able to see me, you'd be able to see me right now. All right, while that window's down, I'm going to go ahead and open up this front blind here, from the front window of the blind here, so you can see kind of what the view is from inside with that window open. Okay. Poke my head in here. All right, so I'm guessing, yeah, you can see me now, or at least you can see my silhouette back here. Now I'm going to shut this window. So as you can see, if I'm in the blind here, this is what you'll see when the door's closed. So next to something that might be important to you guys, and that is the sound, or how loud is the material here. And I want to say this material right here that you can see through is almost perfectly silent. So I'm running my nails over it right now. It's really quiet. This material up here got a little bit of noise to it, so if you have a branch or a stick hit it, it might make a little bit of noise, or if you hit it with your head while you're in there, it might make a little bit of noise, but a little bit of noise difference between the two of them. But like I said, the most of the part that you would be in here, if you hit your arrow up against this, it's not going to make a noise. Okay, if you hit your arrow or your head on this, it might make a little noise. So anyways, guys, I wanted to bring this review to you because they sent me this to try out so that I can show it to you guys. If you want to check it out, there's going to be a link in the description. This is the TideWe or TideWe hunting blind. Pretty good deal for the price, I think. The fact that it allows you to see out through here without having to completely open up the windows and the blind and everything is really nice. This will provide a little bit better airflow, which is really nice. The silent opening windows is really good. Overall build and construction quality is great. I don't see any problems with it. So if you're going to buy a pop-up blind, don't buy one of those cheap little $60 ones that you see that are like too small to bow hunt out of, and too small to reasonably hunt with a rifle out of. Buy something like this. It's a really perfect size for a single hunter, and like I say, that gives you room to still have your camera gear in there, allows you to see better out of the blind so you can see what's coming and make sure you're prepared for it. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Again, check out the actual sponsors of this video. That is, you know, Crafted Archery and Easy Veins and First Form. First Form supplements are great. I absolutely love them. I think you should try them out if you're really trying to get in better shape for elk season or deer season. One more thing I almost totally forgot was packing it up and taking it. So how does that fold? How does it fold up? Packing it up and moving it is incredibly easy, as it always is with these blinds. I'm pushing down and in. I'm pushing down and in here. I'm gonna go ahead and do the top next because it's usually one of the more difficult ones. Push that in. Last one is usually the harder one, but that was pretty easy. So then I'm left with this. I'm just gonna flip it upside down. There we go. Now just find our buckle. Cinch it up. Pull it on like a pair of pants. And there we go. Thanks again for watching, guys, and as always, keep defying the odds.